So we're talking about what happened 40 years ago today, a big event in Fort Wayne history. Kent Hormann is on the line. Kent, how are you?
I am splendid. How about you?
Good. A local broadcast legend. And, for you forever will be in the hearts of the residents of Fort Wayne because you were trapped at the news. Was it Super 55 back then? What was it?
No, I'll tell you what. It was just WFFT-TV.
Okay.
And here's a bit of a history lesson because when the blizzard of 78 started on January 25th of 78, the station had barely been on the air 1 month. It signed on December 21st of 1977. I actually started there January 3rd of 78, so here I am, this wide-eyed who never took one broadcasting class in college. I stumble into this business, and next thing I know, I'm literally up to my ears in snow. And, yeah, when the blizzard of 78 started, FFT, which was just Channel 55, had been on the air for 1 month.
Wow, that's right, because it was brand new. And I remember so many people were commenting on, thank goodness that you were on, because you were showing old movies and the TV show. Were you wearing shorts or something, and you were in the control room? Tell that story.
Well, I wasn't wearing shorts, but when I started working there, I learned how to do all the behind-the-scenes stuff. We actually had film chains where some of our shows and movies were on film, so I learned how to clean and edit film. We had 3/4-inch tape machines. We had cassette machines. So I would actually work in master control from time to time. So I come in on a Wednesday, and I was dressed casually with slacks and a sweater, and I was supposed to be off at 4:30, and, I was still playing hockey at the time, so I was all fired up. I was going to go to McMillan Park and play hockey. And it was about 3:30 or 4, and here comes the boss, and he said, "What would you do if I told you our newsman is flat on his back with the flu?" Oh. And I went, well, I said, okay. And that was when we just did rip and read updates. It was every 5 minutes before the hour, so it was news on 55 at 55.
Yes, okay. Right. Uh-huh.
And I said, okay, I'd be happy to step in and do the cut-ins, but look at me. So they took one of our account executives and they stripped him. They gave me his shirt, tie, and jacket. And so I'm on the air doing the cut-ins. Then it would have been about 9:30, and here comes the boss again. And he said, "What kind of stamina do you have?" And I thought, what a generous man, what a thoughtful man, worried about me working a double shift of 16 hours. And I said, "I'm fine. Bring on the next dragon." He says, "Well, we think we have a situation developing out there. So we've decided we're going to continue to stay on the air." And if you know where 55 is located off of Hilligas Road, it's kind of down in this swale.
Yeah, it's a valley, right.
Yeah, there aren't many windows in the building, so I really wasn't aware of what was going on at the time. And like 2 or 3 days before all this started, we had just received a truckload of all of our variety shows and sitcoms and movies and cartoons and everything. And, of course, everything that was going out on the air at the time was originated from our building, unlike the other stations taking a network feed.
Right.
So we were ready to go. Now, the funny thing is that people also laugh about, we only had a total of 12 employees at the time. And there were 6 of us who were stuck in the building. But 2 of those who were not were our traffic ladies, the people who compose the logs that tell you what shows are running, what commercials are playing.
Oh, no.
So after our log ran out around midnight when we were supposed to sign off, we let the viewers program the station. They would throw me on camera. I'm literally holding either a cassette or a big reel of film or something. And I said, "Okay, folks, we don't have a program log anymore, so what would you like to see? Big Valley or McHale's Navy? Sands of Iwo Jima or I Dream of Jeannie? Give us a call." And we let the viewers program the station for basically 3 days.
That's awesome.
Well, it wasn't that a fairly new concept? I mean, as far as the independent television station, if you will. So I bet people were having a ball with it.
Well, they absolutely were. And it was interesting because, again, it signed on at the end of December. We go through January, and then February of 78 was the very first rating period that WFFT could be part of. And after that rating period, we were the #1 independent station in the country.
Now, Ken, do you get a lot, I mean, even to this day, people, this is, we didn't know at the time that we were living through history. I tell my kids about the storm, and people tell their grandkids about it. But even local residents, do they still ask you about that even to this day?
to this very day. I could be in the grocery store or I could be in a restaurant or something, and I take that with a lot of pride because, I mean, here I am now, somehow, some way, 40 years in the business, most of which was spent as a sportscaster, but it all started at WFFT as being a jack of all trades, master of none. But to this day, you know, and especially when it gets to be kind of winter time and stuff like that, I remember when you were this blonde-haired kid on Channel 55 and you were standing out in the middle of that blizzard. Hopefully by the next time we talk about this, the 50th anniversary, I'll be retired. I hope I'm still walking around, but I'll be retired.
All right, Kent, great talking with you this morning, and thanks for all the great memories and all the work over the last 40 years.
It's always a pleasure. Thank you, guys.
Making mornings fun. Hilarious. Jim and Carrie on Fun 101.7.